So a brief introduction to system sequence diagrams and the notation thereof. This time I'm going to use plant.uml, which I'm falling slightly in love with because I can use it straight from inside Emacs. You'll see what I mean eventually. So let's start a new block. And put the name in there, like that. And there's a few things I need to do first, like otherwise you get really ugly system sequence diagrams. We need a name for it, like this. And then let's go through the different things we can have in a system sequence diagram. We can have actors. Let's put one like that, cashier, as I don't want to type the colon all the time. We have the system as well. See? Execute this. And this is what we have. Actually, system is not an actor, it is a participant. Let's regenerate this. There you are. We have one actor which is the cashier, and we have one actor which is the system. These are called lifelines. So for each participant or actor that you have in a system sequence diagram or in a sequence diagram in general, you have a lifeline. So you have the name on top and you have a dashed line going down. This is where all the different events are going to happen later on. You'll notice that I put a colon in front of the names here, which means that these are instances of. So we have an instance of cashier, we have an instance of system, just to make things nice and tidy. So from one actor to another, we can have a message. Cashier to system. Let's give it a name, like this. There we are. From cashier to system, we now have a message. These will eventually, and we can start doing that already now, be in the type of system calls. So we will define our API to our system as we go along then. What else can we do? We can have a clarifying text of some sort. And you should pay attention to the picture down below, because unless you're using plant.uml, but if you're using another UML tool, it's the picture you're after. So never mind the notation and what I'm typing up here. There we go. So we have a note, illustrates something about this message. We could, for example, take lines from our use case and put them here, that from this line we get this message. Anything else we can do? We can do a little loop. No more elements, for example. This puts a box around the different messages that will happen until there are no more elements. I can put in things like an iteration from 1 to 200 in this case. That's another way of doing it. And that's the long. Yeah, there's one more thing we can do. We can do a return message. Let's do that. Let's remove the loop for now. Now let's add a new, by the way. A new message and then a return statement. So message 2 gets sent and the system responds with a return message saying OK. So let's put this into the example that we've been using so far. We have the point of sale example. And let's go through the main use case. If you remember, what we had was that you start a sale and you add items, you scan the barcode on the items, and once you're done, you say that, well, I'm done and I want to pay, and then you pay. So let's do that. We start a sale, and then let's be lazy. We have a barcode and we have a quantity. Like that, and sale, and we have and then we pay. That should take care of this, the point of sale example. The cashier does all of this. Makes sense? Yes. We enter more items as we go. So there's a loop in here as well. And what more? Yeah, the system gives responses as well. So the system, once we've started the sale, gives an OK message here. Presents the running total. And once we've ended the sale, it presents the final tally. Scroll down a bit. Okay. So this is a little example of a system sequence diagram. We have the system on one side and we have all the different actors. In this case, it's just the cashier doing things against the system. We initiate the use case with start sale, and the system says, yeah, all right, let's go there. I'm ready to receive items. And while we have more items, we enter the item with the barcode and a quantity, and the system presents a running total. And we go through here until there are no more items to do this with. And then we say that, yeah, we're done with the sale. The system presents the final tally. This is how much you need to pay. And the cashier says that I'm now making a payment of this amount. There's slightly more after this that the system presents. All right, if you pay that much, this is how much you should get in return, and blah, blah, blah. But you get a general idea. So the thing here is to look at the system is a black box. We don't know what's going on inside the system. All we know is the front-facing API, that we have something called start sale, we have something called enter item, we have something called end sale, and we have something called make payment. And this is from one use case. And then we can do this for all our different use cases, and we then get something that eventually fills up with all the system methods we can have. And that's the long and the short of system sequence diagrams.